Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Victoria and today we are doing my May TBR. It's bonkers to me that it's already May. I bought my ticket for the Wild and Windy City in Chicago signing so long ago, thinking that, oh my god, it's gonna be forever until that signing, and now it's like in 2 weeks. I'm freaking out a little bit. But I am very, very excited for plans that I have in May. Not just the signing, but some other things that I'm doing in May. I'm going to see Taylor Swift. My best friend is coming to visit. I'm going to a Broadway show. I'm so excited for everything that I have going on in May. But because I do have a lot going on in May, I'm not sure how much reading I'm going to be able to get to, but there are some really amazing books coming out in May that I'm really excited for. So I think it's just going to all around be a really good month. I have really good feelings about it, expectations for it, and I am excited. So because the Chicago signing is in May, I do want to try and read some books by authors that are going to be there. But the majority of the authors that I am going to see, I've already read a lot of their books. Like, I'm excited. Claire Kingsley is the one that I'm like so excited to see. Amy Dawes, Carla Sorensen, so like authors that I've loved and read a lot of their books. But there are some authors who I've had on my list for a while that I'm going to try and read a couple of their books in order to see if I like them before I go to the signing. So those will show up on this TBR, but I'm just going to get into the books and let you know what I have my eye on for May. So like I said, for Chicago, the first one is Claire Kingsley. Is one of the biggest authors that I want to see in Chicago. She is the reason actually why I bought the ticket to Chicago, because she rarely ever goes to signings and she's one of my favorite authors. So I would like to get to Flirting with Forever by Claire Kingsley. That's her newest book that's come out, and it's part of her Dirty Martini Running Club series. It's the last book in the series, and I've read the rest of the books in the series, so I'm hoping that I can get to that book because I put it on a TBR a couple of months ago and I didn't get to it. So I'm hoping that I can get to it before the signing. Another author who's going to be at the signing is Lena Hendricks. And I've had Lena Hendricks on my TBR for ages, ever since I heard Caitlin from the Love Librarian talk about her, and I have yet to read a book by her. So I'm hoping that I can get to maybe One Look by her. I think it's her newest one, and I think it's Single Dad. I'm not sure what else it's about, but I've heard good things about it and I've seen good reviews from it, so I'm hoping that I can read that one. And then if I have an opportunity to read a second Lena Hendricks book, The Badge by her, which I think is like romantic suspense vibes, has been on my TBR for a while also. So those are the two by her that I'm hoping that I'll be able to get to before the signing. But again, the signing is like beginning of May. It's like May 13th or something, so I don't know how much time I'm gonna have in order to get to it, but crossing my fingers that I can in fact do it. And then we have some fantastic new releases coming out in May. The one that I am most excited for is probably Hacker in Love by Lauren Rowe. It has been ages since a Lauren Rowe book came out. She was supposed to release books last year, but she got into an accident and she had to have surgery and recovery and everything. And so she said that she's written a bunch of books and she's going to have a lot of releases this year and next year. So I am so excited to finally have a new book from her. Hacker in Love is Hen and Hannah's book, and we have gotten hints of Hen and Hannah's relationship in her whole Morgan Brothers universe, because Hen is one of Reed Rivers' best friends. So he was in the Reed Rivers trilogy, he was in the Morgan Brothers series, he was in Smitten and Swoon. So I'm really, really excited to actually have him and Hannah's relationship, like the full story and not just like the little parts from each book. So I'm really, really excited to see them together. I think that that's going to be so exciting, and I always love Lauren Rowe's audiobooks, so I'm really excited for that. It comes out on May 5th, and I will definitely be reading that probably the day it comes out. Another new release that I've actually already read, but I do want to mention it, is Echoes of You by Catherine Cowles. I got an arc of this book. It is the second book in her, I'm not sure what the series is called, but the first one was Whispers of You, which I absolutely loved. And then Echoes of You, I did get an arc of it, and I did really enjoy it. I think I gave it 4 stars. It's very good. It's friends to lovers and has that romantic suspense elements that Catherine is known for. She's just such a good writer, and she writes the like tension between the characters and the pining. That's really what I love from her, is the pining between her characters so well. And I wanted to mention that her book is coming out May 2nd, so even though I've already read it, you guys should go and read it. Another one that's coming out in May, also on May 2nd actually, is The Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yaros. This is a fantasy romance, I believe, and it is like dragon riders. And I'm excited. Teddy Hamilton is narrating the audiobook, and I put a hold on it at my library already, and I'm hoping that I can listen to it like right around when it comes out, because it sounds so good, and I'm really excited about it. I think it's gonna be great. I have read Rebecca Yaros's books before and enjoyed them, so I'm hoping that this will be interesting to see her go into fantasy, but I'm really excited about it. Another new release is One and Only by Carla Sorensen. This is her next book that is the sister of the hero from The Plan, I think. So like the second generation Washington Wolves series. I think that this is the sister of the hero in The Plan, who is also, I believe, the nanny for the kids of the hero and heroine from Focused, from the Ward sisters. So it's all around, like, everyone's interconnected. But I think that that's who this is, and I'm excited for it. I don't really know what the tropes and everything are in it, but it's Carla Sorensen, it's Ward sisters, Washington Wolves associated, and I love all those books, so I'm definitely going to be reading it. We have a couple of books that I've wanted to read for ages that their audiobooks are now coming out, so those are definitely on my TBR. One of them is Offside by Averie Keelan. I first saw Tori from Novel Life read and enjoy this book. It's a hockey romance that I've seen really good reviews for. My best friend actually did read it and love it, so I'm excited, and the audiobook comes out in May on the 16th, so I will hopefully be reading that in May. And then 2 more that have audiobooks coming out in May that I've been wanting to read are Not All Himbos Wear Capes by C. Rochelle. I saw Tiffany from Neverland Pixie read this book. She was the first person that I saw read it, and it's a MM superhero and a supervillain romance, and that just sounds all kinds of fun. I'm so excited that they're making an audiobook for it. Tiffany really loved this book, and then I think Samantha also read it and enjoyed it. Samantha from Books with Samantha. So I am super excited and hoping that I love it, but I think it's gonna be great. And then Painted Scars by Neva Altaj is also getting an audiobook coming out in May, and that book has been on my TBR for ages because Averie from Ava's Romance Books loves Neva Altaj, and so I'm excited to finally be able to read one of her books. I'm pretty sure these are mafia romances, and I'm excited because I have not read a mafia romance in a while. Like, I've been reading a lot of like contemporary and like rom-com-y fun ones, so I think it'll be interesting to get back into some dark romances and read a mafia one. Then we have a couple of more that have just been on my radar for a while that I'm feeling in the mood for, that I have downloaded on my Kindle. So The Center of Gravity by KK Allen is one. KK Allen, I believe, is going to be at one of the signings this year. I don't remember if it's at Chicago or at Texas, but I think she's going to be at one of them, and I've had her books on my TBR for a while. And Center of Gravity, I believe, is a sports romance, and I think the heroine is actually a dancer, which I always love. I love when they have dancer heroines. It's one of my favorite things to see from heroines in romance books. So I have never read a KK Allen book, but like I said, she's been on my list for a while, so I have that one downloaded onto my Kindle. Another one that I have is Bet You by Neve Wilder. This is a MM romance, and it's a new adult one. It takes place in college. It's part of the Fulton University series that has multiple different authors in it. I have read Saxon James's and I've read Eden Finley's books from the Fulton University series, so I have read previous Neve Wilder books and enjoyed them, so I figured that it would be fun to read her full new book. So I have that downloaded onto my Kindle. And then I also have Goodnight by Kelly Fox downloaded. This one is the next spin-off series from the Wrecked Guardians series by Kelly Fox, which I read in April. I read a shit ton of Kelly Fox books in April. If you didn't see my mid-month wrap-up for April, basically all of the books in that mid-month wrap-up were Kelly Fox, and I became like obsessed with her in this month. And she writes romances, and they're so fucking fun and enjoyable and like dark but not. They're great. She refers to them as murder swoon, which I just love. And so Goodnight is the next one, next series that she has, and I think that one of the heroes in it is a character that we meet in the Wrecked Guardian series, and he is a sex worker. I believe that he is a like cam boy or something now. He was previously an in-person sex worker, and he's now moved to be like an internet sex worker. And then his love interest is a bi awakening from a like farm boy. He's like a cowboy farm boy guy who like rides horses and owns a ranch. So I think that'll be really, really fun to see the two of them together and to have that bi awakening. And I loved the character from the Wrecked Guardian series whose book it is. So I think it'll be a really, really fun book. And I love Kelly Fox, so I have that one downloaded on my Kindle. And then the last one that I have, possibly as like a maybe I will read this, is Right Man, Right Time by Megan Quinn. I have a interesting relationship with Megan Quinn. I do love some of her books. She has fantastic books, but she also has books that I deeply, deeply despise. There were books of hers last year. There were like books that I gave 5 stars, and there were books that I gave like 2 stars, 1 star, that ended up on my worst books of 2022 list. So I always am a little like, which one is it going to end up on? So Right Man, Right Time is from her hockey series, and the first book in her hockey series I loved. I gave that one 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I can't remember what that one was called, but it was the first one in the hockey series. Then the second one in the hockey series, which was the surprise pregnancy one, I despised. I hated it so fucking much. It was so not my thing. I did not enjoy it at all. I think I gave it 1, 2 stars, something like that. And so this is the third one, and I don't know if it's going to be more like the second one, which I hated, or more like the first one, which I liked. So I'm a little nervous about it, but I have seen people enjoy it and talk about it, and I really like Megan Quinn's audiobooks. And so if I'm feeling really hockey-like, which I have been lately, I will possibly risk the credit and read that book on audio. But again, I'm nervous because I might hate it. So I've been thinking about it. But the other thing that's holding me back from it is that I hate the cover of it. And I think that it's an age gap book. And on the cover, the girl looks really young, and it looks weirdly like a dad and a daughter. And I can't get it out of my head. Like I'm gonna look at the cover right now so I can really describe what I mean. And I'll put like the cover on the screen and everything so that you can see it, but I really hate it. It looks like like the girl looks so much smaller than him and younger. Like she looks so much younger, and it looks to me like, when I first looked at the thing, I thought it was a single dad romance, and that the dad was like playing with the daughter on the hockey skate. Like that's what it looks like to me, and I can't get it out of my head. And so I'm like, am I gonna hate it? I don't know, but I'm gonna try it, maybe, and go into it, and if I hate it, I hate it. But I did really enjoy the first one, and I do like Megan Quinn's audiobooks, so we'll see. But that is the last one that I have on my TBR that I have for May. So I'm excited about all of the books for May. I think that there's going to be some really great ones, and I'm hoping that I can be reading as much as I can with all the plans that I have. So I am really, really excited. I also plan to do a vlog preparing for Chicago. So I will probably read authors that are going to be at Chicago in that vlog. So I'm excited. I think it'll be great. And I hope that this month goes well. So let me know down in the comments below if you've read any of the books that I talked about, or what you have on your May TBR. But that's going to be it for this video. So like if you liked it, subscribe, stick around, and I hope that you have the absolute best day. Bye!